It is kind of disturbing to imagine, like, grating her, though. Like, onto pizza or, like, putting her in the microwave to, like, soften her up.
Though I'm such a cheese fiend. I'd do it.
She's asking us to eat her. Miss Diva Cheese, I mean, better be running from that grater. We're coming for you, Miss Diva Cheese.
I'm Demi, theme park YouTuber, aka Magical Hijinks.
And I'm entertainment journalist Joey Nolfi, and we've both been diagnosed with terminal theme park obsession, and we're definitely going to spread it to you on the Park Peeps podcast.
We've got years of theme park knowledge, so join us as we serve piping hot takes, park tea, offer the best travel hacks and tips, and chat with guests in the theme park space.
So sit down, buckle in, and pull up on that yellow strap while we dispatch for the Park Peeps podcast. All right, Demi, I want you to breathe in and out gently.
Like that?
That one is commitment to the craft, yes. Thank you, Demi. Thank you so much. Because we are going to center ourselves and give positive energy as we do something we've never done before on this pod.
Should I be scared?
Silence, but actually, yes, if you are afraid of humanoid cheese women serving charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, you should absolutely be petrified. Yes, dear listeners, today we are talking about something that is not related to theme parks.
But it is still theme park adjacent, because we're diving deep into unexplored reaches of themed entertainment on this episode as we highlight some of the best, most horrifying, and generally amusing non-theme park animatronics we've seen.
But before we throw you into the Bugaboo Creek Steakhouse abyss, we do have some theme park content to satiate you, as Disneyland just unveiled its latest highly advanced audio animatronic creation in the Walt Disney A Magical Life show that's now open as part of Disneyland's 70th birthday celebration. And coming up in just a moment, we have another Park Peeps field correspondent piece with another repeat. Yay! Colin from MainStreetThieves, who experienced the show with me, and we are going to give our honest opinions after spending a day at Disneyland together.
Yeah, and I'm even wearing a MainStreetThieves black calf cold brew shirt. Go check them out. But as we prepare for our field correspondence piece, make sure you're following us on Spotify, subscribed on Apple, and following us at Park Peeps Pod on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and give us 5-star ratings and comments on this episode so we can continue bringing you more peeps. Anyway, Joey, how did you feel about this animatronic? Because judging from the preview videos we've seen on social media, I feel like... Well, I was a little nervous to begin with because I think we're so used to seeing, besides maybe like the Hall of Presidents, like we're so used to seeing like old people that we never saw in real life. You know what I mean? No, I mean like Abraham Lincoln, like decades old people. And actually, yes, technically Walt Disney has been gone for a very long time. No, I never saw him in person, but like there's like, you know, there's lots of video of him. Obviously, he's so prominent, right?
Yeah.
And so I was so nervous to be like, oh, is that going to be weird? Like to see like kind of somebody like that, like, I kind of now find the idea like, okay, that's probably honestly what Walt would have wanted for his next step in his afterlife. Yeah. So I feel more comfortable in that sense. I don't know. There is that meme going around that he looks like the My Pillow guy and not really like Walt Disney. My husband actually said, do you think they repurposed an old animatronic to make it look like him? I'm like, I don't think so. Like, they wouldn't do that for Walt. It's Walt. No. But, like, his face just doesn't... He looks a little wider. I don't know if they're, like, what era... Like, I guess, like, his latest era.
Yeah, I think they said it was 1963 Walt.
Right. So, but even so, it's just... I think they... I don't know. Maybe he just had like, maybe he's bloated. Like maybe he's like me and he ate something that would bloat him like instantly, like everything I eat. Yeah. But you know what? You know it's him by the stash.
Yeah, and listen, I I don't think we're going to get into my thoughts on this in the in the clip coming up with Colin, but it's just I don't think. Listen, if you're going to an animatronic show, you know you're going to an animatronic show. You know you are not going to see the resurrection of Walter Elias Disney. Like it's an animatronic. Yeah. The movement is in these preview videos that have been shown. It looks so fluid,
stunning.
It's an attraction. We know this is not the real Walt. I don't know what else you want them to do. Like, it's a really cool endeavor. And I mean, yes, does it look a little off? Absolutely. I agree with you. Like, it looks a little off, but we know that it's a recreation of a famous figure. So naturally it's going to come under the criticism. And I don't think either of us are as harsh on something like this as other people. Like, I mean,
absolutely not.
It's off because it's not really Walt, and any grown adult knows it's not really Walt. So, like, it's just enjoy the show, just enjoy the show. Yeah. But without further ado, here is our repeat, Colin from Main Street Thieves, and our field correspondent piece moments after we got out of the new Walt Disney show at Disneyland. Welcome back to the Park Peeps Podcast, where we have yet another repeat. Colin.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm back again.
He sounds so excited. We are literally at the ass crack of dawn here at Disneyland with my son that Colin has been, I guess you technically fostered him for months. It's literally
hostage.
Yes,
thing.
fostering, hostaging.
In my closet.
It's all the same. Yes, I'm depriving him of food, but he actually. I promise he won't be sitting here with us the whole time. Or you know what? Maybe he will.
Maybe
he will.
Yeah.
But he talks. My son talks to me. Hello, Mickey.
Hi, I'm Mickey Mouse.
I love it so much. Can you blink? Mickey, blink. I said blink. He doesn't listen. He's used to Colin's parenting, which is like
is non-existent.
But it's non-existent, and mine is very like hands-on parenting. But yes, he's the new piece of merch that I just got. We are here at Disneyland on July 18th because we just did a little D23 member preview of Walt Disney, A Magical Life, which is the much buzzed about new Walt Disney animatronic show that many people have been saying is creepy.
Horrifying.
Terrifying,
frightening.
Okay, so like I feel like because this episode that we're doing is all about our favorite non-theme park animatronics, but it's funny that this is coupled with literally like the ultimate thing. Did a bird just fly in front of our shot? Special guest star to the bird. But this is actually like the ultimate theme park animatronic when you think about it. Yeah.
And also, it's none of those things in person. It's not terrifying, horrifying, frightening, any of those things.
Not at all. No, and I definitely want to get into that because there has been so much discourse about this. There's been so much people have been, from the second that this started, and for all those who might be unfamiliar with this, because this is still a relatively new thing, they did announce it at D23 last year, but this is a animatronic show that is going to be swapping out with the Mr. Lincoln show at Disneyland here on Main Street, and I'm not quite sure, and this is what we were talking about, I'm not quite sure if they're doing both shows daily or if they're like switching it out half the year is Walt, half the year is Lincoln, because we were trying to figure out what the mechanism is, because the Walt animatronic portion of the show is very brief, and it like just happened, like they reveal a curtain and he comes out, spoilers, they reveal a curtain, he comes out, he's in his office, and it looks like a set that can almost like just flip around whenever they need to swap out for Lincoln. But they do have that whole new exhibition at the beginning that has like Walt artifacts. There were some Imagineers that introduced the show and gave a little talk, and they were saying that they did collaborate with like the Walt Disney Archive stuff. They lent some for his office set, because Walt is actually in his office. They lent his actual briefcase so they can model, you know, things that were actually in Walt's office for people to see in the show. So a lot of care and consideration went into this show. And like we were saying, a lot of people, especially when this was first announced, were very skeptical of this. Like, they were very creeped out by it, I think.
Myself included.
Colin included. Yes, Colin is creeped out by many, many things, including me. Speaking of creepy, spooky, ooky, kooky, and creepy, Colin, I know you... Colin was like, these are going to be so popular, so I wanted to plug Colin's new shirt.
The new shirt.
The Halloween shirt. Keychain. Look at this. How cute is this?
To the core, available today.
Yes. MainStreetThieves is Colin's t-shirt line, and there's little stickers, and it's a whole vibe, this line. So definitely go check that out, because in addition to this, there's so many other designs that I have worn myself in the park. So if I'm wearing it, it's automatically amazing. So
America's next top model.
Yeah. America's next top insane theme park unwell waking up at 5:45.
I would watch that
model
show
today. Yeah, actually I would. Well, you did get to watch that show today. Literally watch it live. Colin has there. It's really funny. I trolled Colin in line for the event today, because I don't believe there's a particular piece of merch, and I guess I won't reveal what it is in case any of his friends have it.
Yes. And I know they do.
There's a particular piece of merch that Colin really hates for the 70th, and I saw a lady in line while we were waiting for it, and my favorite thing to do in the world is embarrass Colin. And I went up to her and I was like, oh my god, because I kind of like the hat. But I was like, oh my god, I love it so much. I was like, and he really wants to get one. Where did you get it? In the store. And he just I turned around and he just kept walking. Bolted. It was so funny. And she gave me this full breakdown.
And what time was it? Like 7:10
It was like 7:10 in the morning, yes. And but you know what? Now we have our little toffee coffees and and the Disney duck. Y'all can't see, but the Disney ducks are coming around us.
They're everywhere.
They're coming around. We're getting so off topic. I'm so sorry. But that is standard for me when you ask me to wake me up this early. So, this show. Many people were skeptical about it, especially when they announced it at D23. Like you said, you included. I was also skeptical about it. And then when the first photos and video came out, when it... arrived. Oh my god, there's literally the ducks. Wow. They're all around us. It's so cute. It's so cute. Hi, babies. Hi, babies.
We don't even have food.
No, I know. We don't have food. Well, I'm a snack. So that's where they're
gluten-free snack.
In. Yes, I'm GF. But I think that this is something that we both immediately, when this was over, the first things we said to each other was like, that was so much better in person. Yes. Like, it really works. It's the show itself is probably it's like maybe 10 minutes of Bob Iger not narrating.
Yeah, there's a whole little video in the beginning telling Walt's story, his upbringing, the whole thing, how the studios got started, which probably lasts about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, it was a decent.
It's a good amount.
It was quick, but it felt very pointed and hitting the right beats and.
It felt new too. I've seen so many documentaries and things about him and his life.
Yes,
and it was actually a lot of new information, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and they packed it in a very short amount of time. Now, I did it's hard to separate. No. I forgot to turn him off.
He needs to.
I forgot to turn him off.
He needs to go.
I turned him off. I turned him off. No, he's our little guest. No. He's our little guest. So I hate. I don't want this to sound negative, but it is essentially it's propaganda. It's a propaganda film. It's but that's not to say that this isn't a propaganda film that I fully subscribe to. Right. It's non-problematic propaganda. This is Disney. This is the story of Disney. We're building up to this big emotional moment, this reveal of hearing Walt in his own words describing his legacy and the future and how this is going to be a place that I liked the quote where it's even the even though if things aren't being built in the parks, like the trees are still growing, and this is just an ever evolving place.
Growing.
Yes, and the goal is happiness and making people happy, and like, yes, charging you multiple thousands of dollars to do it, but like,
which we all gladly pay.
But it is like, it gets you in your heart a little bit. I did get emotional watching the show. Like Colin looked over at me and I was like literally wiping a tear away. But to the animatronic itself, I was also, when they first released the images, I was one of those people that I was kind of like, to people who were complaining about it. First of all, there's a lot of people sharing that side-by-side image of like a much younger Walt Disney, but this show is modeled after Walt in 1963. So towards the end of his life, like, he was older, he was a little bit like, as you age, your face like is a little rounder, like, and that's that's what kind of Walt looked more like that in his older age. So you also feel that way. I feel that it's better in person. It looks better in person. It's
definitely better in person. I mean, everyone has a different idea of what Walt looks like, and everyone has their favorite Walt.
Yes.
So when you see it at first, if that's not your favorite version, then like you're going to be jarred by it a little bit. Like, so, but in person, it's much, much better, I think. We were also in the very back row, so we weren't super close. But I mean, I didn't mind it at all because, again, you get to see the entire set. The movements were just so fluid, and it was kind of, I've never seen like an animatronic like move that fluid before. Like, the mannerisms were very, very fluid. It was wild.
Yeah, it looked like, I mean, as close as you can get to an actual person moving and talking. And when he gets up from the desk, like, I obviously we knew that they were selling that as like the big moment of him getting up from the desk and then sitting back down. But it looks, it's such like a natural, simple movement, but it's so natural and it looks so cool.
And it's a thing, it's a simple movement that we see a million times, but we've never seen like an animatronic do it.
Right.
So it's impressive.
Exactly. It is super impressive. And I think you can kind of, if you look closely, like, you can kind of clock how they're doing it. Like, his right foot stays planted the whole time, but it's the left foot that gets that up and then sits back down. But it sounds fine to me. It looked great from the seats in the theater. The whole show totally works. It's a really I think that Disney is really, with the last few projects that they've been doing, Geo82, Test Track 3.0, this, I mean, I really do think that we're hopefully, I think, turning somewhat of a corner.
Getting back on track.
Yeah. I really do think that it feels that way.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, I think COVID really put a wrench into everything, and all creativity just stopped.
I think so too. No, I think
unfortunately, but I think it's on the right track.
I do too.
There's a lot of exciting things coming, especially here. There's so much new stuff coming that I'm really excited about. All of it.
Yeah, Avatar, Coco.
I need that Coco ride.
Not Avengers
right now. Yeah, the Avengers, whatever.
Not Avengers.
I'll still go on it. But...
Well, I know. Yeah, well, I will too. But I have nothing. I have no idea what's going on. But it's also interesting to me that this is. I don't consider this to be IP. Like, it's not. Like, it's a Walt animatronic.
Like, this is an original thing.
It's an original thing. I mean, yes, Walt created the IPs, but like, it is narrated by Bob Iger, the king of IP. Right. But like, I mean, it is an original creation, building on the park's history and the company's history. Yeah. But then Geo82 is also not IP. Oh, yeah. Test Track 3.0 is not IP. So people who are also having that gripe with Disney attractions, it's like, look at these things that they're doing. They are, and is the Pirates Lounge coming to Magic? Would we count that as IP? Well, no, because it's not going to deal with the movies. I don't think.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call that IP. I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an original ride.
Pirates. So. Yeah, it's an original ride, and it's. I just don't know
at that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it either. Like, I think that it's. I think we are turning a corner of them leaning into things that feel a little bit more original and special. And I definitely think this is more one of them.
Nostalgic.
Yes. And the animatronic, truly, I do think is, even though it's very brief, I do feel that it is one of the best animatronics that I've ever seen.
Easily. I really want to sit closer next time to like see the face movements.
Same.
They definitely were talking about like, the eyebrows and the facial movements. So I would love to sit a little closer for that.
Yes.
because you definitely can't see that from super far away.
Right. But I even think that almost like works better for me because we could see the whole body. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, we were far back. We weren't sitting up close. And I imagine maybe if we were sitting up close, I don't think that I would have any complaints about the motion.
No.
The motion is great. But like, yeah, maybe seeing the face up closer, you might start to notice. But this is what I have to say to people who are like, I mean, you said that you were like, when people were posting about like, oh, this looks so awful and stuff. It's like
go see it first.
Go see the show first. This show is a huge testament to this community that I think likes to judge things before they ever come out. And it's fine to have oh no, we have a bird guest. We have a little bird guest who is chirping and would like to be part of the show. But this is a prime example of don't jump on something before you experience it. Go see it yourself. Like I said, it made me emotional. I was horrified at the thought of a Walt Disney animatronic. And while any animatronic is unsettling, I think. It's just that uncanny valley thing. It's literally in your human instinct to be creeped out by things like this.
I think also we're so used to seeing them like on rides. We're not used to sitting in like a... other than like Carousel of Progress,
Country Bear Jamboree.
It's very rare that we're staring at one animatronic for that long.
True. True. And I think that's why they keep it brief too. Because it's the magic comes out very quickly. You're still processing that shock and awe of like seeing how amazing this thing is in person. And then, they kind of dangle that magic in front of you and then take it away, and it leaves you wanting more. So like I think that is even by design too, and it really works in favor of the show.
And that's what you're like, I want to see it again just to like see the movement a bit more.
I would absolutely. Yeah. Well, and I could also see this maybe being something that I don't think they'd ever do it at Disney World because this is like, it feels very specific to like Disneyland and the legacy of Disneyland.
Especially the whole beginning of it. Like it really is the legacy of Disneyland.
Right. Can you imagine if like, wait, what's coming next? Is it going to be like the Bob Gurr animatronic show? The Bob Iger animatronic show is coming next.
We don't need that yet.
Who else? Wait, what other real Disney figure? Oh my God, the Josh D'Amaro animatronic experience.
I'll take that one.
I no comment from me on that one. Colin, you can take that one all on your own. But yes, okay. So Disney, the Josh D'Amaro experience coming soon. No, that is not confirmed. That is absolutely not confirmed. Actually, Kim Irvine. I would like the. Oh no! Wait. How did we not think of this? The Joe Rohde animatronic experience.
What about the Jodie Benson?
I would like. Okay, yeah, I could see that.
She's everywhere. So.
I'm still. Okay, wait. Yes, let's do a quick ranking. Hold on. Okay, so Disney animatronic shows that we need of real, actual business figures. I'm voting number 1, Joe Rohde. The Joe Rohde animatronic experience. Yeah. Yours is Jodie Benson as number 1. I think Josh D'Amaro's our number 2, and then. What the hell? Just for the chaos of it all? No, you know what we need? Okay, just kidding. I'm changing my number 1. We need the Disney animatronic experience of the cast member lady who stuck her tongue out at the ticketing booth.
Absolutely. I will be first in line.
Yes. Okay, we've solved it. She's number 1. Disney animatronic experiences we need. Joe Rohde,
love that
tongue lady, Josh D'Amaro.
Yes.
And Kim Irvine, maybe too.
Take them all.
And Bob Gurr. Yes, just put him on the
turntable.
Just rotate them out. It's a rotating roster like Pokemon cards. You can trade them and collect them. All right, Colin, is there anything else that you want to say about this animatronic or
honestly,
this ass crack of dawn day that we've had today?
It's really just, don't judge it before you see it.
Similar.
Mm-hmm. I equate it to, like watching a ride POV before you've actually been on it. It's the same thing when like Tiana's open. Everyone complain about the POVs. People still don't like Tiana's, but whatever. It's still just like experience something for yourself before you make an opinion about it. That's all I'm saying. Have an informed opinion about something. Don't just hop on a bandwagon saying something is horrible just because everyone else is saying it's horrible. Have your own opinion. It's okay to do that.
Yeah, and we are both here to make it clear this is not even approaching horrible. Like we are not just saying this. And also this was not, to be clear, this was not a free event. This was a ticketed paid event that we did this. So this is not like
not sponsored.
Yeah, this is not like a sponsored opinion. It's genuinely a delight, and anybody who loves Disney history, will really love this. And I think it's really something special. You need to make your way out here to Disneyland to do it.
I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
And I definitely want to do it again.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let the hype die down a little first.
Yeah. I mean, well, we've got lots to do today.
We do.
We've got lots to do today.
Lots to do.
With my son. Wait. Okay, Mickey. Mickey, do you want to say bye? Do you want to say bye, Mickey? Did he just shake his head no?
I hope so.
Hi, Mickey.
Hiya, I'm Mickey Mouse.
No.
This has been terrifying, Colin, this entire...
He's got to go.
As long as you've held
I'm
him.
going to get a locker.
Yes, he's going to get a locker. We literally are getting a locker and shoving him in a locker. Yeah. All right.
It's time for bed.
Yeah, it's very time for... I think it's also time for bed for us as well, because we've been up very early today. But, okay, Colin, thank you so much for being a repeat. You're a repeat.
Yeah, second time.
Yes, second time. Second time's a charm, I guess. Maybe it'll get better on the third. Who knows? Who knows?
I don't think so.
No. Colin will never be booked ever again. But no, thank you, Colin. Thank you for Colin was very proactive in securing these tickets and making sure we got into this.
Waking you up at 5 a.m.
Waking me up at 5 a.m. and also make sure to check out Colin's shirts. Main Street Thieves. It's just MainStreetThieves.com.
Yep.
And then on socials as well.
Main Street Thieves. Yep.
Yes. And also, I ran into my friend Roxy last night at the parks. I ran into her and I gave her a hug and I was like, oh yeah, I'm hanging out with my friend Colin tomorrow. Do you know Colin? And she was like, and I looked down and she literally had your shirt on.
Yeah.
And I was like, also Demi,
Castle.
In our episode recording today, Demi is wearing, which you will all see in the clips that we post on social. Demi is wearing the Black Calf shirt from Main Street Thieves. So, it's a whole Colin-centric episode.
I see you all.
Yes. So go check those out for sure.
There.
Yes. Just like my son. Just like my son. All right. Thank you, everybody. Live from the Disneyland Resort. This is Park Peeps and my repeep Colin from Main Street Thieves signing off. Back to Joey and Demi.
Goodbye.
Well, now that Walt has become our sleep paralysis demon, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm totally kidding. But just like the little machine parts in his fantastical little mecha noggin, let's literally switch gears and talk about some of our favorite, most unhinged, deliciously twisted, or maybe adorable and beloved non-theme park animatronics.
And theme park fans, this one is so much fun. The artistry of audio animatronics has stretched so far beyond what we're used to at Disney and Universal, and there are some on this list that, despite being creepy, actually aren't half bad as animatronic figures themselves, so let's get into it.
Yes.
Joey,
so
you
Demi,
want to go? I want you to go first this time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I would love to go first. I have which might be my favorite animatronic of all time. I'm not even kidding.
The inspiration for this episode.
And she has become my favorite animatronic of all time in a very short amount of time.
Right.
Like, we're talking 3 weeks. But it is the divine Miss Diva cheese at Stu Leonard's.
Yes.
Now, you might have seen her going viral on social media lately, but this is a grocery store chain that opened in 1969 and operates locations in Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey. And the store features animatronic characters across its locations, which have become super popular among its patrons and online. The animatronics program is overseen by a man named Rich Lung, the creative director of Stu Leonard's. Now let that sink in for a moment. How amazing is that a grocery store has an animatronics program
How come every grocery store doesn't have an animatronic person? Come on.
Thank you. It's so crazy.
ShopRite, step up.
The ShopRite, Giant Eagle. Come on, let's get it going. Key Food, Food Town. Let's get it cracking. But one of the featured characters is Miss Diva Cheese, and she is all about educating people on popular brands and styles of cheese and their benefits, as all of the animatronics, they have multiple animatronics at this place. Well, actually, there's different animatronics at the different locations. Yeah. So, but they're all about talking up the best-selling products. And The exact debut year of Miss Diva Cheese, I could not find when it was, but she was referenced as far back as 2007, I could find during a new store opening as part of a group of these state-of-the-art animatronics. And she has her own intro. She's sitting in the store. She just is there in her full boa and her little provolone skin and her little hat and her tiara. She is triggered by pushing a button in the store, and then she sings on a stage after an announcer introduces her as the Princess of Provolone. Oh. And known quotes from her performance song are, she's like, smooth loaded with milk, baby. And then she's also like, let me tell you where it's at, you gotta have cheese. And like, it's amazing. But she also says, it's got calcium.
Okay.
No, I've never been.
You haven't been to Leonard's? Okay.
I've never been. But I would love to stand there and have her tell me that cheese has calcium to help me grow, and that I've got to have cheese, babe, and that dairy's cool. And she sings it. She has such bass in her voice, and she is part of this like band of animatronics. They're singing lettuce. There's a singing cow. There's someone named Sweet Little OJ that's a singing orange juice bottle. There's Chiquita Banana.
Wait, I'm sorry. Sweet Little OJ?
Yeah. Yep, we're going to leave that one alone. But there is Sweet Little OJ. But now again, different stores feature different animatronics. But because she was so popular, I believe in 2024, Miss Diva Cheese went on a tour to the other locations because the animatronics are not the same in each store. So she actually went on a tour to all the other locations.
I love that.
Now she's an absolute icon. I love her. She is doing it better than your favorite pop stars of the day. And now my friend Brennan actually submitted a voice note for us because he has experience with Miss Diva Cheese. And I'm going to play this. Joey from the future is going to edit the voice clip into this so that we have another field correspondent piece of somebody giving us in-depth reporting of their historical bond with Miss Diva Cheese. So take it away, Ms. Brennan.
So when I was a kid, we used to go to this grocery store called Leonard's, which is a farmhouse grocery store in the style of IKEA, and that there's only one way to walk around the entire store. Everybody has to follow the same direction, which means you also get the full show of Leonard's. And if you don't know anything about Leonard's, you won't know what I mean when I say show, but I mean full-on audio animatronics promoting the products for sale in this store. Some of them are branded. I remember very fondly, a singing banana called the Chiquita Banana. She had maracas and would sing a little song if you pressed the button, which we would do relentlessly as kids. There was a boar's head audio animatronic of an old Italian-looking man, and I can say that because I'm Italian, that's my culture, sitting in front of a meat truck, singing about phony baloney from other brands, but everything was natural and good at boar's head. Over the years, they added new ones too, like sticks of butter that would sing, and milk cartons. I think in the past decade, they added these trio of avocados who would just sing we're avocados over and over. I think if you weren't into themed entertainment, it was probably horrifying, and it's also not the first place that you would go to shop, considering the audio, visual, sensory overload of walking through Leonard's. As a kid, I loved it. My family used to go to Disney World when, as far back as I can remember, and so this was just a chance for me every week to feel like I was in some immersive farmhouse experiment. It was amazing. I cannot recommend it more highly. There's a few of them in the tri-state area, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey. Some of them have different animatronics. There's the Diva Cheese, who unfortunately is not familiar to me except via TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, I can't recommend a trip to Leonard's more highly. Also because their groceries are great. Their food is great. They have a bakery, and their bagels are great. Their crumb cake is great. They have muffin tops that are amazing. And you get to see a show while you're there, which really, what else do you need?
Thank you for that, Brennan. What a legacy. What a life. it is kind of disturbing to imagine like grating her though, like onto pizza or like putting her in the microwave to like soften her up.
Though I'm such a cheese fiend. I'd do it.
Me too. I'd do it too. Sorry, Diva cheese.
I love a provolone too.
She's asking us to eat her. Like literally she's telling us that she is good for us. Yeah. So like how can we not
And provolone's like a light cheese. So I could eat a whole like half pound of provolone myself.
Well, Miss Diva cheese, I mean, better be running from that grater. We're coming for you, Miss Diva cheese.
Well, Joy, if you ever want to go to Stu Leonard's next time you're in New York, we'll go.
Absolutely. I do not. If I would have learned while I was still living in New York that there was this thing that existed, I would have been on the first bus to New Jersey.
Yeah. I didn't even know about this place until like a few years ago. Because they're like out either, I'm not sure where. I don't think there's anything other in my vicinity other than like out east on Long Island. So it's like it's a drive. But I went once and it was cute. It was cute.
Did you see Miss Diva cheese or were the other ones?
I don't remember. It was a while. It was like pre-COVID. So I have no memories pre-COVID. So we'll have
and I don't know which location she's at actually. Yeah,
we'll have to go back. Sure maybe I'll take a trip because my sister-in-law is not, I think, that far from them. So next time maybe I go to visit.
I thought you were going to say lactose intolerant.
No, she can eat cheese.
Then Miss Diva cheese is a danger.
Maybe the next time I go visit them, I'll stop over there.
Yay! Well, shout out to Miss Diva cheese.
Yes.
Now, another one of my divas, Demi. What do you got?
Well, okay. So I want to know if you, first of all, before I even like talk about this is really a quick one, but I don't know this about you, Joey. Are you a fan of South Park? I don't think you are. Okay, I didn't think you were. So do you know what Casa Bonita is?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
What is this?
Okay. So, Casa Bonita. Okay, Casa Bonita.
Oh, you are so excited.
So excited because I get to tell somebody who doesn't know about Casa Bonita.
Yeah, I don't know.
And hopefully other people listening do not know what Casa Bonita is. Casa Bonita is this restaurant in Colorado, in Denver, and it was like famous for many years, like by all the locals. It looks like this beautiful, like the exterior looks like this beautiful Mexican like facade. And what's so funny is like my friend went to Denver, and you would never know this if you just zoomed out, which I guess no one ever did. This beautiful thing is in a strip mall, like next to a Dollar Tree. Like, it's very funny. And this restaurant was featured on South Park as a place that, because it's a place that the creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, went to as kids. And they have a whole storyline with Cartman really wants to have go to some kid's birthday party at Casa Bonita. And this place has, it's like the Disneyland of Denver. Like, it has cave divers. It has Black Bart's Cave. It has I never know how to say this correctly. Sopapias. I'm not sure what but they're like these pastries that they give out, and there's food obviously, and there's all this like stuff to like see and do. It's like a whole thing, right?
But it's a real place that they have recreated on Saturday Night or on South Park.
Correct.
South Park.
And then it just like it was so dumpy, I guess, at some point, and they went bankrupt, and then Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park, bought it in 2020.
Oh my god.
And they reopened in 2023, and like so there's like a Cartman now sitting there like in the restaurant, and like I've been wanting to go so badly, but as of right now you can't just go. You can't just even get a reservation. It's like a lottery system to be able to get a reservation, and then you get a reservation, you eat, and then you're able to explore the entire restaurant. So like I'm in New York, like, so I can't like do the lottery and then like, oh, great, now you can come. And it's like, I can't just come because I'm so far away. So it's really, I'm sad that I don't know if I'll ever get to do it. Hopefully one day they'll get off that. But within the renovations of the place, they got a new chef and they updated some other things, and it looks really cool now. And so in the new Casa Bonita, inside Black Bart's Cave, which was very funny because it's also part of that was like in the South Park episode, so it's just very funny to say that out loud. there's two animatronics in this place, and I want to tell you about them because one in the cave, you're gonna come across a it looks like a Zoltar, basically. You know what a Zoltar is? Where famous from like the movie Big, where you go to the machine and it gives you your fortune.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, but instead of Zoltar, it's a animatronic, like a prospector, a Sayer Joe, and like he looks like he belongs in like the Old West, right? But then he's wearing a Farrah Fawcett shirt.
Oh my god!
And you tap your card to. He sells medallions for $5, and you tap your card, and he starts talking to you about like, oh, Bill, which coin do you want? And then he says, you wouldn't expect this to come out of his mouth because he just looks so old timey. He's like, we didn't have any of these fancy games to play with back in my day. We'd go over to a friend's house and they'd have an Atari and we'd played Pong for 2 hours. Sure, was wild here in the 70s. And then he's like, here's your coin, youngin'. See if your parents want you to buy another. And I'm listening to the videos of it because I've never been there. And I'm like, oh, that's definitely Trey Parker's voice on top of it, like from South Park.
Oh, it is.
But it was just like so funny because he looks like an old prospector and he's talking about the 70s.
I love this.
It's so funny.
In a Farrah Fawcett shirt.
In a Farrah Fawcett shirt. Queen, yes. And then in another part of the restaurant, there is a fortune-telling parrot.
Yes.
And he says, oh no, bad news, and then he poops your fortune. You hear like the poop noise, and then out comes a card, and there's like an image of like poop splatter.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And your fortune. And one of the ones that I saw online was, the universe has a funny way of proving you wrong. That's your fortune.
That's so, see, I love stuff like this because it just, the power of just such a simple animatronic, like if that was just like a non-moving parrot,
yeah,
like it wouldn't be the same. But the fact that it just has probably like a small little movements and like the little card with the stain, it's like themed entertainment is so simple.
Yeah.
But so effective, and like it's so stupid. But that's so funny.
To poop your fortune? Oh my god.
To poop your fortune.
Was not expecting it. It was so good.
I would love to. I would love to spend all this time Googling these ones, but like I don't want to have the whole episode be me like, oh, I need to Google that, and then looking at it while you're doing it. But when we are done, I am absolutely going to look at that. That is so crazy. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like been number one on my bucket list forever. Like anybody who's like listened to me on YouTube or on a live or something, like it always somehow comes up in conversation about going to Casa Bonita. My patrons especially, they're that's like I think our number one goal for me is like getting me somehow into Casa Bonita.
Yeah, we got to make it happen sometime. I remember seeing the restaurant in the news. Mm-hmm. Of actually a few weeks ago, now that you're saying it.
Yeah.
It was about the union. They were trying to unionize or something, the workers.
I have no idea about that part.
Yeah,
I just like the meme.
now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember that. I think it was a few weeks ago. They were like, there was some sort of headline about it said, unless Trey Parker and Matt Stone have a different restaurant somewhere else. But
that's definitely their only restaurant. They have spent at least like $20 million on this restaurant through my research, like each.
Wow.
Maybe. Yeah. They were like, oh, how hard could it be? And then they were like, oh, it happens to be really hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Well, I hope if they unionized, I hope the parrot's in the union. Yes. Well, I love that. I would also love to go to Casa Bonita at some point in time.
Yeah.
But our next one, for reasons of time, speaking of such, this one does make me a little sad, as this animatronic has sadly passed away. The restaurant chain, Bugaboo Creek Steakhouse, operated first in 1992 before going defunct in 2016. However, this was so legendary, and I regret never seeing it. It was themed to Canada And no, not like Le Cellier. It was more like budget Le Cellier, Swiss Chalet, like tacky Canada theme. Its food looked like pretty standard American steakhouse fare, but it had several animatronics as its major selling point, including like talking, moving animals set amongst like hunted, mounted bodies of ducks and deer and bears, including buffalo. There were some locations had buffalo and moose as well that would actually move their heads and talk.
Oh, wow.
They would apparently reference their status as like dead heads on the wall while you ate, which is very disturbed and cursed beyond belief. And the reason that I'm including Bugaboo Creek on this list is Timber, the talking Christmas tree, who is the most disturbed and therefore best looking thing I have ever seen. He is literally just a plastic tree with giant bug eyes and a mouth. He kind of looks like, do you remember Stick Stickly?
Yeah, of course.
He kind of looks like Stick Stickly's face is just on a plastic Christmas tree. And he like apparently came out during the holidays and spoke facts about Canadian history.
Wait, he came out? That's great.
Yay!
I'm so
LGBT.
happy. Yay.
The T is for LGBT Timber. LGBT Timber. Yes, that's him. That's him. Actually, we're assuming his gender. I don't know if he's
true.
he, they.
Well,
But I did watch some videos of him, and it's like 2000s cell phone footage, and all you can hear is like the squeak and the croak of his rusty, dusty plastic and machine parts while he's like, hey, have you ever seen a Canadian flag? And then he tells you that the leaf on the flag belonged to his uncle, Maury Maple. And he also informed people about things like the Rocky Mountaineer train trip, which winds past waterfalls and ancient glaciers, but he always brought it back to being a Bugaboo Creek hype girl by saying, after a trip like that, you'll more than likely end up in a cozy mountain lodge, just like Bugaboo Creek.
Aww.
So my diva was out there plugging his brand, earning his coin. They rolled his dusty ass out every single Christmas, and he spoke truth to Canadian power. So
yay. Great.
R.I.P. Timber, the talking Christmas tree, the talking LGBT tree. But while I was not able to experience him, our dear friend Medi, who is a wonderful photographer in New York,
and did
yes,
our Park Peeps promo photos.
She did all of our Park Peeps promo photos. She shot our podcast cover. Wow, wait, this is a collab episode because Colin designed our podcast cover and Medi shot the images. So, like, repeeps all around.
It's a family day here on Park Peeps.
But I sent Medi Miss Diva Cheese because Miss Diva Cheese is very in line with Medi's interests as well.
Of course.
And I sent her Miss Diva Cheese, and she was like, do you know about this thing called Bugaboo Creek? And I was like, what the hell is Bugaboo Creek? And she told me about Bugaboo Creek.
I can't believe you didn't tell me ahead of time that Medi was involved in this, and I'm dead.
Medi is involved in this as well. Medi has also submitted a voice note detailing her experience with Bugaboo Creek. So for the third time in one episode, a Park Peeps field correspondent piece, Medi, take it away.
Hello, Park Peeps. It has come to my attention that you are doing an episode on lesser-known animatronics that have existed outside of the major theme parks. And I feel that it is my utmost responsibility to shine a little light on Bugaboo Creek Steakhouse. Bugaboo Creek was a restaurant in the 90s into 2000s that was definitely trying to piggyback off of Rainforest Cafe's success, but instead of a rainforest, it was themed to be a Canadian lodge in the Rocky Mountains, somewhere in the mountains. So you'd be sitting in this lodge eating your burger or whatever food. I have no memories of the food. Like, no one was going for the food. It was all about the experience. And then there were just taxidermy animatronics all over the walls. There was a moose named Moxie, a buffalo named Bill, no affiliation with Silence of the Lambs. My favorite animatronics were these cute little raccoons that would pop out of barrels. I would just like sit around and wait for their moment to happen, and it would happen, and then I'd wait for it to happen again. And really, like, the star of the show was this unhinged, scary-looking Christmas tree. No idea if he had a name. Don't know what he was doing there. He kind of looked like his eyes were very Oscar the Grouch, but so soulless. And yeah, unfortunately, Bugaboo Creek filed for bankruptcy at some point in the 2000s, and all the locations just abruptly closed. And what's really wild is that they auctioned off all of the animatronics, which means somewhere out there, I hope that unhinged Christmas tree is alive and thriving in someone's home. And I would love, love, love to find out who that person is. Also, upon a Google search, I learned through a YouTube video that at one of the locations, the moose that was outside of the restaurant was stolen. And that caused a lot of drama. So yeah, that was Bugaboo Creek. And I have yet to meet other adults who have any memory of this restaurant. Maybe because I think it was mostly in New England. But yeah. Rest in peace, Bugaboo Creek. Your legacy lives on.
Well, thank you kindly, my dear Medi.
Thank you, Medi.
For all you do, including our podcast cover, and for submitting a Park Peeps field correspondence piece on Bugaboo Creek.
Yay, we love you, Medi.
Love you, Medi. All right, Demi, what's next on your list?
You know what? I actually would like you to go again, because here's the reason why. The next kind of couple that I have, my last two that I have here, are kind of can go into each other. So I would like you to go. Oh. Yeah. Because it's two different things, but there's a reason why I think they should go back and forth. So I want you to go again. Okay.
So, and just so you know, I do have a lot this episode. I think I did more, but I'll try to rush through.
You did more. Yeah. So how about you bang out a few of them? Because I have two.
I'll do two now.
Okay.
Because my third one will be pretty quick.
Okay.
Or my fourth one will be pretty quick. Okay. But so this next one is another recent obsession. Not as recent as Miss Diva Cheese, but it is the singing chickens at Frizzle Chicken Farmhouse Cafe in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Oh.
Now, I first discovered these when I went to Dollywood for the first time in October 2024. And surprising with another Park Peeps field correspondence piece is Dolly Parton. No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome, Dolly.
Welcome, Dolly. But no, I was naturally taking forever to get ready. And my dear friends, baby girl and mama, went to breakfast without me. And I started receiving, my phone was blowing up as I was getting my face ready. And they were like, you need to come to this restaurant. This is insane. And they were sending me these pictures from inside this place, Frizzle Chicken Farmhouse Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
It opened in 2017. It's a pretty decent breakfast and chicken place, but they had gluten-free pancakes.
Oh.
But they have also over 100 animatronic chickens lining the rafters above you. They're all sitting on their little nests, and they sing while you eat, and they all have celebrity name puns.
Stop it.
Yes, Demi, it is so funny. Some of the names are Dolly Parton,
mm-hmm.
Elvis Presley, Ellen DeGeneres, Tanya Clucker, and Miley Cyrus. There's also Hen Stefani as well. But the disturbing thing to me, when you're eating and if you look directly up, those chickens, they are looking Mama, she is looking right down at you. It is so funny. but
you're eating their young.
That's what I was just gonna say. You're eating chicken. You have to eat chicken while they watch, staring down at you. And then they just like burst into Sweet Home Alabama and like let it go from Frozen.
Do they really?
Yes, they have like a rotating roster of songs. There's so many songs that they sing. And I think it happens once every 20 minutes or so, but they full on just, and everybody except me and Mama and Baby Girl were completely transfixed by this. Like, everybody else in this restaurant is like not paying attention to this whatsoever. And we are like, what is going on? This is the craziest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. But it's so, this is another, like, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But it's so stupid it like takes itself out of the class of being tacky and just being incredible. It's so silly and harmless and fun and dumb. It's just so innocent. Like, how could it just makes me so happy. I was like, I need to come here every single day of my life. So
like now this is the number one thing on my list to do in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee when I finally
Sorry, Dollywood.
You just got bumped to number 2.
You just got bumped to number 2 by the singing chickens at Frizzle Chicken Farmhouse. Do you think Dolly has ever been here?
You know what? So, honestly, Dolly could surprise you, but I don't think so.
I think she has.
You do?
I feel like she has.
I feel like she would enjoy it.
Just because I want to believe it in my heart that Dolly has sat and watched Dolly Part 10.
Oh, that's true. There is a Dolly Part 10. I mean, though, do they sing Dolly songs?
I believe they sang 9 to 5.
Okay. Now, are they giving her some royalties?
Or no, I think it was... wait, no, I think it was Islands in the Sun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Islands in the Sun that they sang. I don't 100% remember, but yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's incredible.
Maybe they're afraid that she'll sue them if she goes there. I don't know how that works. Because when you said Frozen, let it go, I'm like, ooh.
That's what I was thinking too. But I think I don't know that, or yeah, it's just cheaper if you cover a song. It's not free if you cover a song. So I don't know. It's because it's definitely
also, like I wouldn't expect like out of singing. I can expect singing chickens. I just would expect like more like country songs. Just to randomly hear Frozen is very funny to me.
It's definitely very country leaning, but there's also like a lot of rock songs they do, and yeah, no, Let It Go is on there. It's so crazy.
Well, gotta entertain those kids.
Yeah. Well, my next one is going to be Miss Tracy the Tree at Rainforest Cafe. So I just call her, as I have for years, and I had her listed on this as Old Diva Tree.
Yeah.
And I realized as I was making the script, I was like, I need to actually find out what her real name is. So this is me finding out that she has a real name, Tracy.
Yeah, this was on my list until I found out that this was on Joey's list.
Yes, this is the rare episode where, for planning purposes, because there was potential for crossover, that Demi and I know we have a tradition of not sharing with each other, but we promised that if we did share the names, we wouldn't look up the things.
And I did not tell you about Casa Bonita, so I did surprise you with that one. Okay.
That's true. So now that Diva she's never working right. She always got one wonky eye. Her voice, that mama, she needs a throat drop. But she is typically located in the gift shop, and she seemingly exists solely to open her eyes and speak some sustainability rainforest facts every few minutes.
Yeah.
Now, many people find her to be alarming and scary.
Yes, like me.
Yes, I do as well. But some Reddit users reacted to her. They described her as, and I'll quote from some of the Reddit threads, "That tree is truly cursed, made me rethink my life choices. I never want to go inside that restaurant again. And it just springs to life as the eyes were closed. And then suddenly," and then other people called her cursed and terrifying.
Yeah.
Now, there are actually she's terrifying because I think she has a very human-esque face.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's kind of like how people are afraid of the Eric Idle Man in the Moon thing, which I don't find that creepy, but a lot of people do on Figment. But I think her face is very human-like.
It's very like
Grandmother Willow.
Yeah, I was gonna say Grandmother Willow, but like if Grandmother Willow was like on Real Housewives and juiced up, like in terms of silicone in her face,
or like it kind of reminds me of like the Thomas the Tank Engine faces a little bit too.
Those I do not mess with. Those creep me out. I don't like those at all.
Definitely filler for sure.
Yeah, Ms. Tracy has filler. She's on the Real Housewives of the Amazon, and she.
I can't wait for the Andy Cohen reunion one. That one.
Same. Now there actually are some newer Rainforest Cafe locations, and I learned this in researching for this, that have redesigned Tracy to look less creepy and more tree-like and cartoony. Including there's a location in Malta, apparently, where if you look it up, you can see the new Tracy. She does look a little bit more cartoony, so it's not as creepy for sure. Now, there is something that I also saw on Reddit. Some people on Reddit have suggested that Gardner Holt Productions, which is responsible for some animatronics at parks around the world, including Efteling, Disney, and more, worked on her. But I went to their website, and Rainforest Cafe was not listed on their portfolio, so I cannot confirm that. But it's an interesting thought to know if there were some Rainforest Cafe animatronics worked on by very famous people.
Oh my! Okay, so I just went to look up the new Tracy from Malta. I think it's worse.
You think it's worse?
Oh,
I think it's better. I think it's better.
You do? I mean, I don't know. They're both pretty bad. I guess it's slightly better. Like less filler, like less like Cat Lady. You know who I'm talking about? Cat Lady. I saw her once in person. It was crazy.
You mean a crooked cat lady from Crooked Lane?
No, not the Horror Nights Scare Zone. You know what I'm talking about. The famous cat lady who did so much to her.
Oh, yeah.
I saw her on the subway like 15 years ago.
Did she die? I think
she did die. Yeah, she did die.
Yeah.
But
now she's Tracy the Treat.
Yeah, I guess it's better. It's still, I don't know. It's still like not my favorite animatronic face.
I love it. I love it because it's so disturbed. But
yes, very disturbed. The thing is, like the new one, the eyes look a little off.
Yeah, but I do think it looks more inviting than the other one. The other one is just kind of she needs some moisturizer.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I actually, Joey, I need you to do one more.
Oh, you need me to do one more? Okay.
Because it's going to
the crossover.
Yeah,
it's going to be the crossover. Yeah. Okay. Well, rounding out. Actually, I'll say my honorable mentions first before I do my last one. I had 2 honorable mentions. There's a singing cow at a store called Woolies in Pittsburgh, and it's a fish market. And now it's just like a grocery store, but there is a full singing cow in there. It's adorable. I love it so much. And also the Dinosaur Car Wash in Linden, New Jersey. So there is a full car wash that has it's operated by dinosaurs. And I love
that. I would go. How far is Linden, New Jersey? Should I travel all the way there just to go to this car wash?
I think you should. And then actually that makes me think of a third honorable mention. There is also the Velociraptor hotels in Japan with the animatronic velociraptors that check you in. And yeah, there's like not a human there. It's a velociraptor that checks you in. Yeah.
Okay, well, adding that to my list for the hopeful next time I'm back in Japan.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the last one that I have is, of course, Ms. Helen Henny at Chuck E. Cheese's.
Chuck E. Cheese. Which, did you see that they're opening adult Chuck E. Cheese's?
Is Miss Helen Henny going to be stripping for dollars?
I don't know, but they have like old like arcade games for millennials. Like they know that millennials at this point just like can't afford to buy a house, so that they just opened like a nostalgia bait for us to spend our money that, you know, the little money that we have. Yeah, so it's like, and like they still have like pillow pizza, and they have the old style Chuck E. Cheese, because now the new one doesn't look like the one that we know. And like I'm so excited for those. Like I would go to that. Like absolutely.
No, that's amazing. I would absolutely go to that, and they can maybe finally put in a chair, that little chair Ferris wheel ride that adults won't break when they try to sit in it, like a real one that can hold somebody who weighs more than 50 pounds.
Yes. But yeah, Helena, go ahead, girl.
I mean, Helen Henny, she debuted in the Pizza Time Theater in San Jose, California in 1977. She was the first guest star in this show. But she's always been an entertainment diva. Her name was a parody of Helen Reddy, apparently. And she initially, looking at the first photos of her, she definitely looked more like a 70s, like hippie kind of country pop music girl. Mm-hmm. Like she had a ukulele, she had long hair, she had a choker necklace. She looked more chickeny also, like more anatomically chicken, correct?
Right.
Then in 1989, actually there was an iteration of her before that as well, when she was like a Broadway star. She was like a little bulkier and like rounder. Her face was a little rounder and her body was a little rounder, but she had like a wig. But then in 1989, she turned into the style of her that I grew up with, which was like that. She had her hair in pom-poms, and you couldn't tell her nothing in her pink glitter skirt with her pom-pom ears. That's the era that I knew her in best. But that look was apparently done to make her look younger. They wanted to connect her with a younger audience, so they removed her clucking noises, etc. But I just remember her eyes were always looking to the side. They were always scoping you the hell out. She was turning people gay as children. That's what her power was. And now her current iteration, she is apparently now a video game lover and a rock star. Mm-hmm. But the consistent thing about her is that she has always been a sort of entertainment focused person, from the ukulele player to the Broadway diva to now video game fan rock star.
Well, we love to see some women representation in video games.
Yes.
So good job, Helen.
Yes.
Great art.
Miss Helen.
Well, I'm so glad you brought up Helen, because as Helen started as a guest character, the reason why I wanted you to go first is I had discovered some other guest characters from the original Chuck E. Cheese.
Wait, who?
Okay.
The pig?
Yeah. Yes. Let me get into it. I have a few. All right. So we have, she was a French pig, Madame Oink.
Yeah, Madame Oink.
Her, she was like based off of Peggy Lee, apparently. She did French songs. She had a romance with Pasquale, the only human animatronic like chef, and other characters would make fat jokes because she was a pig. So what everyone needs to remember about the original, like I don't think people will remember this, the original Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese, Mr. Cheese himself. He's standing there with a microphone and a cigar, like he's like a 1950s comedian. He has a thick New Jersey accent. Yeah. And he would insult the other animatronics all the time. Like, I wish you could sing in a foreign country, then I wouldn't have to listen to you. And, you know, so like, you had that. You had Jasper P. Jowls, the hound dog, and he was the crazy banjo player, and he had like these fits of laughter, like a psycho, like, and then you had Pasquale, who was like the chef guy. So she had like a thing with him, and then Chucky's so mean. He would say things to her like. She would say things like, which one of you darling boys would be so kind as to stand up for Madame Oink? Now, don't fight over me, please. And Chucky would be like, yeah, come on, you guys, stand up. Not just one of you, all of yous. There's plenty of Madame Oink there to go around, you know what I mean?
No.
Like teaching children how to bully.
How to body shame.
And body shame. How awful, isn't that?
Oh,
I know. But there was another guest character at Chuck E. Cheese. Foxy Colleen. She was a red...
Wait, I never heard about her.
Yes, a red... Oh, I told you. I did my research.
Yes, you did. I'm looking her up right now.
She was a red-head fox with curly hair, and she spoke with an Irish accent, and Jasper the dog, crazy one with the banjo, had a thing for her. She was inspired by... Guess who? Farrah
Who Foxy Colleen
Fawcett.
was inspired by. Oh, Farrah Fawcett.
We're bringing it
back to Casa
Farrah
Bonita.
Fawcett and Casa
Oh,
Bonita.
yes.
And so, like, and then of course, like Chucky would, I'm thinking the doll, Mr. Cheese would say, like Foxy,
Cheese.
let's not give the lovesick hound here too much encouragement. We're liable to have a basket case on our hands. Like these like terrible, mean puns.
Oh my God.
So she was around for a bit. And then this was a kind of like, she's not a guest character, but in the second ever location of Chuck E. Cheese, they had like more space. And so they had this like separate room, which they wanted to originally make for like...
That's the champagne room.
Yes, they wanted to make this like the adult space, but like they could never...
Oh, it literally was.
Yes, but not like that, but just like more like adult area. But like they couldn't enforce like no kids in there, like you're with your children, right?
Yeah.
But they introduced Dolly Dimples the hippo, and she was... so excited to tell you about her. She was the lounge singer. She was a hippo, and she sat behind a piano. She had like 20 different songs she would play. She had red curly hair, like the original Annie. Yes. Oh, you see her. And this ugly...
I'm showing Demi right now. Oh my God. She is so amazing.
Yes. She has this ugly flower dress on. But the thing, she was supposed to be more PG-13. So she would say things like, you know, boys, if you wanted to act like a beast, you've come to the right place.
Oh my God.
And then you're not ready for this, Joey. You're not ready
what
for
is
this.
it? What is it? What is it? She lifted up her dress.
No, she didn't lift up her dress. But while she was playing the piano, her chesticles would be bouncing up and down from compressed air.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Demi, this is the best one. This is the best one. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Was this when it was still Pizza Company Theater, or like?
Yes, this was literally like the second location they had ever built. This was like the start of, okay, after this one, we want to start franchising it because we can't own any more ourselves. It's too much. Like, yes.
I am so gagged right now.
A bouncy hippo animatronic.
Justices. Are there videos of this?
I've seen like I was watching like I think it was like a small clip of it, but I couldn't really and I didn't hear any sound of it, but I saw the movement of the chest. It was wild. I will send it to you. And anyone can look it up on YouTube. Just look up Dolly Dimples the hippo, Chuck E. Cheese, and you will find her bouncing
that is so
in that
nuts.
lounge.
Because I didn't realize that Chuck E. Cheese had this like sordid past of...
I think they were just trying a bunch of stuff at the time, and like so that's why again they wanted to have like this sign that said like adults only, but like they couldn't enforce that, so they just didn't. So they had this like PG-13 room, and kids would be in there too. But honestly, I think I'd rather have my kids in that room, like just watching because women their chests are gonna bounce every once in a while. But you know what? We don't need to hear. Fat shaming women from Chuck E. Cheese, honestly.
Yeah, that part I don't like.
Don't like that at all.
The chest part is hilarious.
Yes. So this is like the lore of Chuck E. Cheese is so fun to me because after this location opened, as I said, they wanted to start franchising it, and this kind of starts the whole like pizza animatronic wars that were happening at the time, like in the late 80s, early 90s. And this guy, Robert L. Brock, was going to franchise a Chuck E. Cheese, but he didn't like the animatronics, and he thought that he could do better. So he went to an IAAPA convention in Louisiana, and he found a little company that had an animatronic on display. They were called Creative Engineering. They were from Florida. And so he decided to breach his contract, and Bushnell, who owned Chuck E. Cheese, sued him for breach of contract, and then Brock sued him back for misrepresentation because Chuck E. Cheese said that Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater, the full original title, they said that their animatronics were the best outside of Disney, and they just clearly were not. It's like, as soon as you walk into IAPA, that was not proven right.
Wow.
So, Brock opened up the first location of Showbiz Pizza in Kansas City, Missouri. I am so glad you asked that. You do not know about Showbiz Pizza.
I don't know. Oh, wait, is this your next one?
Yes, this is
okay.
This is my end. This is my end. So I was like, that's why I was like, it's like a story.
Yeah, it has to.
You know what I mean? It's like a story. And so Showbiz Pizza was direct competition to Chuck E. Cheese. Like, the guy that was going to franchise Chuck E. Cheese decided not to and do it on his own. It is full-on competition. And if anybody here is a fan of Red Letter Media on YouTube, do you know that YouTube channel, Joey?
No.
Okay, they do like movie reviews and they talk about like old things and like VHS tapes sometimes. And it's really funny. One of the main guys, Rich Evans.
Animatronics.
Rich Evans, there's a famous photo of him as a kid, and I'm going to share it with you. And it's him with the mascot of Showbiz Pizza, which was Billy Bob. He was a bear, and it's him in this shirt, and it says "Dick the Birthday Boy." It's such a viral thing, and it was actually they showed it on Ellen because they had Julia Roberts on, and Julia Roberts' first job was in the bear suit at Showbiz Pizza.
Oh my god!
I know it's just so.
I see the pic. Wait, I see the image. This is he was an
Dick the Birthday Boy. His name is Rich. Yeah.
My God.
Yes.
Wait, he was an animatronic?
So eventually, yes. So when he first when Brock first saw like the animatronics that this company had, they had this band like already kind of established with all these different animals. They went by they went by like a different name, and then. So at first they had Billy Bob, who would just be in the suit, right? And then eventually they added him to the band that they had with these other animals, and they were called the Rockafire Explosion. So like the direct competition of Chuck E. Cheese. And so you had Billy Bob, which he ended up being the guitarist and the band's vocalist, and then he actually had another animatronic on his guitar, a little bird called the Birthday Bird. Oh. And then next to him was another animatronic called Looney Bird, and he was in an oil drum. And then he would go inside the oil drum, and he would drink what was inside the barrel, which they originally called gasohol.
Oh my God.
And would act drunk. After a
Let
few
him
years,
being on that stuff.
After a few years, they dropped it, and he became a tech whiz. But like the initial thing of being in an oil drum getting drunk is hilarious. A little bird being on that stuff. And then they had Duke LaRue. He was a dog drummer. He wore a spacesuit because he said his plan was to go to space, but until then, he'll keep playing the drums. Oh. And then they had Beach Bear, but he was like a polar bear, and he was a guitarist, but he was like a surfer dude, but he was like also a polar bear. They had like kind of one of the front man was Fats Geronimo, who was a gorilla and like the keyboardist. He was kind of like the first thing you would see. And he was like one of the original in the original band. You had Mitzi Mozzarella, the mouse cheerleader.
Oh, I've seen her. I've seen her before.
Yes. Oh, wait. Did I mix that up? Is Mitzi?
Yeah, I think she was. I think she was Chuck E. Cheese.
That's Chuck E. Cheese, Mitzi Mozzarella. Yeah. Wait a second. Yeah. Sorry about that. My notes got all messed up. Yeah, sorry. No, I'm right. That's Showbiz Pizza. Because I think...
so then Helen, maybe I'm...
Yeah, no, because eventually these two companies merged. So...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then there was also Rolf de Wolf and Earl Schmerl, and he was a wolf with a ventriloquist dummy. Earl was the ventriloquist dummy. So he was like an animatronic, and then he had a little animatronic.
He had an animatronic too.
Holy, yeah.
This is so dumb.
It's so dumb. It was, I've never been to one. They were, I think, more like, they weren't like an East Coast thing, I don't believe. But yeah, eventually they needed to merge like years later. But Showbiz Pizza, like, it gave Chuck E. Cheese a run for its money. But it's kind of like their war was kind of like Universal and Disney, where it's like the theme park wars, where we are the ones that benefited. So it's like they kept trying to one up each other, and they kept trying to do better things. So because of them, both things were great. Eventually, that, and I think actually, like I had my first birthday at Chuck E. Cheese. I have a video of it. It was 1994. Well, my first birthday was 1995. So, that was like such a prime era of Chuck E. Cheese, obviously. And by the time that I was getting older, it's when it kind of started to like not be as popular. I only really remember going like maybe one other time in my life. It was also very expensive. I remember that, and that's why we didn't go. So I think, it's funny because these were such like iconic memories to us, like these types of things, and for all, like most millennial and like maybe young Gen Xers. Maybe. I'm considered like a zillennial because I'm 1994, I think. Like, and I'm December 94, so right, isn't that what? So I'm like a young millennial, whatever. I don't know. So whatever. It was such a big part of our lives, and I'm really really glad that like we're gonna see this resurge for adults. It's kind of like how Disney kind of sometimes caters to 90s kids for like Dollywood Nights. They had that entire 90s throwback section, and I was like, they know the millennials are here because we can't buy houses, so we're gonna go to Disney.
And the Goofy movie resurgence, like all that stuff, they went really hard into that, and like they're doing a Freaky Friday sequel, and it's like they know that this is the stuff that millennials spend their money on a lot of things other than property.
Right, that's the thing, yes. And I'm so excited for Freaky Friday, too.
I will just say I had no idea about any of these except for Mitzi, and I think I only came across Mitzi because
of your research.
Yes, and that's why I thought she was Chuck E. Cheese, because she looks so much like Chuck. She looks like Chuck in drag. So, but I think my favorite, Madame Oink looks super horrifying in her early edition. Like her first one with that blonde hair is so scary. But Miss Dolly Dimples,
I know,
and it's let's come correct, everybody listening, when you're Googling, it's not Dolly, it's Dolli.
Yes, it
Miss
is.
Dolly Dimples.
Dolly Dimples.
She is. I just cannot stop looking at her. She is so iconic, and I would love to see her inflated. I wonder if anybody has preserved these animatronics somewhere.
Right. And honestly, like speaking of animatronics, we still don't really have any information on what's happening with this Five Nights at Freddy's thing. But we do know that the Jim Henson Company is in charge of it. So whatever, like maybe whatever how you feel about the experience overall, like I have real great hope of whatever design they come up with. I don't know if it's going to be an animatronic, but whatever they come up with, because they also designed it for the movies, and I think in the movies they look good. So
Yeah, I do not like those movies, but I cannot deny that would be a really great, because they keep saying, or they have not once said, like, this is not a house.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, they have not explicitly said this is not a house, but they keep saying, they haven't said it is a house. Like, they're saying it's like an experience.
Right.
So I don't believe Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be any sort of walkthrough experience unless it is... Maybe they're going to do a show in that Fear Factor
No,
thing.
because that's going to be the Nightmare Fuel. My thought is...
Again, they're doing that again?
Yeah, my thought is that... I think so. Has that officially been announced? I
don't know if they've announced that yet.
Oh, honestly, I think I just maybe assume this. I don't know. Maybe I just live in a bubble of HHN-ness that I don't even realize.
I could be wrong.
But I haven't seen... we didn't get a summer tribute store... And there hasn't really been any yet outside look of anything happening at the tribute store near Macy's, which is where usually the HHN tribute store is. Maybe they're going to do something in there
Five
instead.
Nights at Freddy's tribute store.
To me, that sounds like the most likely thing.
Yeah, because that way it's not like really it's not like a house, but it's still a walkthrough like attraction.
But then aren't we short 3 houses and not 2 then? Did I count wrong? It still could be a house on top of it. I mean,
I'm very certain it's not going to be a house. If it was a house, they would have announced it already. They would have said it was a house. They're just saying it's some sort of experience, which makes me think it's either going to be like that is a fantastic idea that you just said. Mm-hmm. It's either going to be that, or it's going to be. Or it's not going to be a scare zone. They're not going to do a Five Nights at Freddy's outdoor scare zone. It's either going to be that, or it's going to be something like,
or they could use the other tribute store space and because that one's bigger, the one on Hollywood Boulevard, and that could be the experience thing. Honestly, that's my final answer. That's going to be
just
the
having
experience.
A stage with like those.
The thing is, like, I just don't see them having a stage. Well, that's not true because they kind of did that like. For certain HHNs, like in scare zones, they have stages, obviously, but then that would be a scare zone. So but the thing is, if you go to Five Nights at Freddy's, if you go to Hollywood Boulevard, that's already a scare zone. So I don't know how that would work. I guess we'll have to see.
I don't know either.
I'm excited. I love how this conversation still ended up being about HHN.
HHN. Well, because some of these animatronic things are quite scary, but we will see with that. We have HHN coming right around the corner, and we're very excited about it. But
I got my frequent fear pass. I'm so excited.
Yes, you did. So for now, though, we are powering down on Miss Jiva Cheese. But the conversation continues. Give us a 5-star rating and comment wherever you get your podcast. Tell us some of your favorite non-theme park animatronics. Your engagement helps us so much as we bring you new episodes every Tuesday. Make sure to keep up with me at Joey Nolfi on all socials. Until next time.
And follow me, Demi, at Magical Hijinks. That's HIJINX on all socials and YouTube, of course, for the latest theme park videos and so much more. And while you're commenting and rating on our latest episode, make sure you're keeping up with us at Park Peeps Pod on all socials as well. And we will see you back here next week.
And remember, you gotta have cheese.